uh, I'm sick. If you're watching this, you may be a bit confused as to one big change in factor is that I'm sitting down. Also, I've been getting over the sickness for like a few, almost a week now. So this is like one of the worst things I've ever been through. My throat is killing me. Recently went through some difficult things, and I don't know if I'm ready to put too much effort into videos right now. I'm still kind of recuperating myself, getting my mind together, healing. And even though my voice may not be at its best, I think I do still want to write a little review, distract myself from things. Also, I'm sorry if my voice is unbearable. I don't think I can go that high anymore. Nope, never mind. But with due time, I will be feeling much better, and I will be back to making normal videos. Let's move on to the main event. Denzel Curry, King of the Mischievous South, Volume 2. We finally get another drop from Florida's favorite. Denzel Curry is back and has returned with a 15-track LP titled King of the Mischievous South, Volume 2, which is a sequel to the mixtape from that he released back in 2012. As I listened to this album, I noticed this is a more party style / head bobbing approach, as he lets the energy and flows and features take the high road instead of letting his lyrics be the selling point like usual. In many ways, it does differentiate from everything else you hear in his discography for the most part. Jumping straight into the first track, we get Ultra SHXT, which off rip feels like a textbook Suicide Boys track due to its echoey hallway vocal effects, solid performance, but also one of the calmer songs on the album with not too much to dive into. Although I enjoy the soothing, maybe flute or piano pattern that kind of takes over the instrumental. Moving on to the second song, Set It. It's the first track that really gives us an overall view of what to expect throughout the rest of this project. Its dramatized beat gives us that dangerous and abrasive feeling, whether it's the repeated dun 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 dun, and then it slowly builds up, or it's the powerful 808 bass even. Maxo Cream goes in on his verse and does a great job overall. And although it's short-lived, it holds up strong. Speaking of short-lived verses, ASAP Ferg was not given enough time on Hot One, and I stand by that. The track was very enjoyable, but Ferg was still warming up. Why y'all cut him off so soon? He was almost there. He was reaching his final form, his Ultra Instinct. Y'all could have gave him another minute. Other than that, I feel Denzel and Tia both did great in the time that they were given. Both were nothing but vibes, really. Also, by this point, I noticed how solid the trap beat selection is throughout this project. I gotta give props. Very rhythmic, very infectious, and energetic overall. 2 seconds. The infamous Mexican OT is given the mic on Black Flag Freestyle and does not, and I mean does not, disappoint with his chance to go verse for verse with Denzel Curry. In fact, I felt his verse had more hype and more infectious flow than Denzel's verse did. He flowed like crazy, and he had fun with it. Meanwhile, Denzel is more slow-paced and plays more of a hook role rather than dropping verses, so maybe he gave that one on purpose. Either way, a great display of performance from both sides, great show of teamwork. G's Up is by definition the most club anthem sound on this record. Not the most fond of 2 Chainz's verse, but it's not bad, to say the least. On the other hand, Mike Dimes did an absolute murder scene on this song. Not the most original sounding beat, but the verses are the highlights, so it's plausible regardless. Now to talk about the opium style beat on SKED. Denzel, Kenny, Pat, New Big 3? Question mark? Complete unison, matching each other's energy in the best way possible. If I could describe the song in 2 words, it'd be bass and bars. Moving into Cold Pimp. It starts off with a strong vocal delivery from $sign himself, and it quickly becomes a failing vision after his verse begins. And not to say it was bad, but definitely doesn't stand up to the rest of this project. To put it in simpler terms, he makes it feel more like a last-minute filler decision to put on the album. Juicy kind of picks up the pace a bit through the track, but then Ty comes back in towards the end and drowns him out a little too quickly, a little too prematurely. WISHLIST plays an important role in this album, in my opinion, solely because of the fact that Denzel has noticeably been taking more of a standby and letting the features, take the mic, kind of take the stage, take center stage, take a shine. Whether it's him just doing a hook or writing smaller verses. WISHLIST is purely Denzel in his bag, with some help from Armani White, of course. Also, This beat is insane. I love everything about it. Denzel is just spitting a whole lecture about unfaithful woman, but he makes it sound so crazy. I don't understand how he does it. Then there's the strings in the instrumental, which I don't know if it's a sample or not, but it plays such a vital role in making this whole thing come together. Makes the song pop and just makes it just kind of holds it together like glue. It makes it sound powerful. HOODLUMZ is a bit more grimy and a darker tone in production. Not too much to talk about on this track as it's only 2 minutes worth of content, and Rocky takes the last 30 seconds to go in, which he does well. I will say it serves pretty good as an outro. I'm not mad at it. It's not my favorite, but I'm not mad at it. As a project, it's not the most plot focused, but it's very cohesive, very driven, and consistently well produced. I also appreciate Denzel for using this more team effort project to shine light on his peers. Everything about this gives me the reminiscent feeling of my personal favorite, Imperial, except of course this time around there's more features and there's more energy in the play, more mindless, careless energy. Worthwhile wait for this record, and I can't wait to see what else Denzel cooks up.